Violet contact. Kai Nakamura adjusted the calibration on his bioenergy scanner as the laboratory doors slid open with a soft hiss. The sight that greeted him momentarily stole his breath away. "Hello," said a melodic voice. "I was told you might be able to help me." Standing in the doorway was a woman unlike any Kai had seen in his 3 years aboard Space Station Horizon. Her skin was a rich purple that seemed to shimmer under the lab's bright lights, her eyes large with silver irises that reflected the room like mirrors. Her long white hair flowed around her shoulders in gentle waves. "I'm Aya of the Lumina," she said softly, her slender fingers trembling slightly as she stepped into the lab. "My ship docked an hour ago for trade negotiations." Kai nodded, trying not to stare. "I'm Specialist Kai Nakamura, Energy Sciences Division," he managed. "What kind of help do you need?" "My energy systems are imbalanced," I explained, moving closer. "My people sustain ourselves through photosynthetic processes, but the journey through the nebula disrupted my cellular absorption." She placed her hand on her chest. "I feel hollow inside." Kai's professional curiosity immediately overcame his initial awe. "I've read about luminophysiology," he said, guiding her to his workstation. "Your species converts light energy directly into biological energy, right?" Aya nodded, her silver eyes fixed on him. "Our evolutionary path diverged from emotional processes, efficient energy conversion over sensation. You humans are different. You generate excess energy from within, connected to your emotions." "That's one way to look at it," Kai said with a small smile. "Let me scan you." He passed the handheld device over her form, watching as the readings appeared on his screen. "Your energy signature is definitely depleted," he confirmed. "I could set up a photonic bath, but it would take days to fully restore you." "Is there no faster way?" Aya asked, her voice tinged with what almost sounded like desperation. "The negotiations begin tomorrow. I need to function at optimal capacity." Kai hesitated. "There is an experimental procedure, a direct human-to-non-human energy transfer," he explained. "I've only used it in emergency situations." "Would it hurt you?" she asked. "No, but it creates a temporary bioenergetic link. It's intimate in a way that's difficult to explain." Aya stepped forward without hesitation. "Please, I need this." 20 minutes later, they sat facing each other, connected by thin, translucent tubes leading to the transfer device between them. Kai's palm rested on the input pad, Aya's purple hand on the receiver. "Are you ready?" Kai asked. Aya nodded, her silver eyes wide. Kai activated the machine and immediately felt the pull as his energy began flowing through the device into Aya. A strange tingling sensation spread up his arm, through his chest and into his mind. Across from him, Aya gasped, her purple skin suddenly illuminated from within. Waves of light rippled beneath her surface, following the rhythm of Kai's heartbeat. Her eyes widened, her lips parted. "What is this?" she whispered, her voice filled with wonder. "I feel so much." "That's the energy transfer," Kai explained, though he'd never seen such an intense reaction before. "My bioenergy carries emotional imprints. It's temporary." Aya's fingers tightened on the receiver. "It's beautiful," she said. "I can feel your heartbeat inside me, your warmth, your aliveness." As the transfer completed, Aya's skin continued to pulse with subtle light, her eyes fixed on Kai with an intensity that made his heart race. "How do you feel?" he asked, disconnecting the tubes. "Different," Aya whispered, touching her face in wonder. "Complete, but also like I've discovered something I never knew existed." She reached across and took his hand. "Thank you, Kai Nakamura." The moment their skin touched directly without the machine between them, a visible spark jumped between their fingers. Kai felt a cool presence brush against his mind, foreign yet somehow familiar. "Interesting," he said, pulling his hand back slowly. "Your systems must still be stabilizing." Aya stood, her movements more fluid than before. "I should go, but—" She paused at the door. "Might I return if I need another transfer?" Kai knew he should refuse. The protocol was clear, but something about the way she looked at him with those silver eyes now, bright with newfound sensation, made it impossible to say no. "Of course," he said. "Anytime." Forbidden wavelengths. 3 days had passed since Aya's first visit to Kai's lab. The memory of their connection lingered in his thoughts, distracting him from his regular duties. He found himself glancing at the door more often, anticipating her return. "You seem distracted today," remarked Cooper, his research assistant, as they calibrated equipment. "Something on your mind?" Before Kai could answer, the lab door opened and Aya entered. Her purple skin seemed paler than before. Her silver eyes dimmed. She moved with less grace, her fingers trailing against the wall for support. "Aya," Kai said, rushing to her side. "What's wrong?" "It faded," she whispered, leaning into his touch. "The energy, the sensations, everything you gave me." Her voice trembled. "I need more." Cooper raised an eyebrow, but Kai motioned for him to leave. "Take your lunch break early," he said, not taking his eyes off Aya. "I'll handle this." When they were alone, Kai helped Aya to the examination chair. "This shouldn't be happening," he said, scanning her. "Your levels shouldn't have depleted so quickly." Aya's hand found his wrist, her cool fingers wrapping around it. "It's not just energy," she admitted. "It's the feelings that came with it. I've never experienced such things before. My people engineered emotional responses out of our biology generations ago." Her silver eyes locked with his. "When we connected, I felt everything: joy, fear, wonder, longing." "Longing?" Kai repeated. "For more," she said simply. "For connection. For you." Kai knew he should call Dr. Chen, the station's medical director. This was beyond his expertise, but something in Aya's gaze made him hesitate. "One more transfer," he said, setting up the equipment. "But afterward, we need to consult with medical." Aya nodded, though he sensed her reluctance. The tubes connected them once more, but this time, Kai modified the settings. "I'm reducing the flow," he explained. "If you're becoming dependent, we need to be careful." When the transfer began, Aya's reaction was immediate and intense. Her back arched, her purple skin illuminating from within. Patterns of light followed the path of her veins, creating constellations across her body. Her white hair seemed to float around her, as though underwater. "Kai," she gasped his name, "I feel you." Something was different this time. Kai felt it too. A pull, not just of his energy, but something deeper, a connection forming between their minds. Images flashed through his consciousness, alien landscapes under silver skies, memories that weren't his. When their eyes met, Kai could see his own reflection fractured into prismatic colors in her silver irises. "This isn't standard," he whispered, feeling lightheaded. "The connection is deeper than before." Aya reached across the machine, taking his free hand in hers. The moment their skin touched directly, the energy flow intensified, bypassing the machine entirely. A visible current, like silver-blue lightning, arced between them. "More," she whispered. Kai couldn't pull away, didn't want to. The sensation was intoxicating, a sharing beyond physical touch, beyond words. The boundaries between them blurred, his consciousness brushing against hers. A sharp knock at the door broke the moment. Dr. Chen entered, her eyes widening at the scene before her. "What in heaven's name is going on here?" she demanded. Kai disconnected hastily, though tendrils of energy still sparked between him and Aya. "Medical consultation," he said weakly. Dr. Chen's eyes narrowed. "Both of you, medical bay now." An hour later, Kai sat on an examination table as Dr. Chen reviewed his scans. "Your cellular energy is depleted by 23%, she said, her voice tight with concern. "And your neurochemistry shows patterns I've never seen before. What exactly have you been doing?" Before Kai could answer, Aya spoke from the adjacent bed. "We've been sharing energy," she said, her voice stronger than before, her purple skin still faintly luminous. "It's helping me." "While harming him," Dr. Chen countered, pointing to Kai's readings. "This isn't a sustainable exchange. Specialist Nakamura is giving, but not receiving." "I feel fine," Kai insisted, though the dizziness hadn't fully subsided. Dr. Chen crossed her arms. "I'm reporting this to Commander Rena. These sessions need to stop immediately." After she left, Aya moved to Kai's side, their shoulders touching. A small current jumped between them at the contact. "I don't want to hurt you," Aya whispered, her silver eyes troubled. Kai took her hand, watching as light bloomed beneath her purple skin at his touch. "We'll figure this out," he promised. "There must be a way for both of us to benefit from the connection." Aya leaned closer, her forehead touching his. A cool whisper of her consciousness brushed against his mind. "I cannot go back to emptiness, not now that I know what fullness feels like." Kai understood with sudden clarity that he too had been changed by their connection. Something new had awakened within him, something that made the thought of separation unbearable. "You won't have to," he said softly, as the lights in the medical bay flickered in response to their shared energy.
Resonance Crisis. Commander Rena's office felt too small for the tension it contained. Kai stood at attention, fighting the weariness that had settled into his bones over the past week, while Dr. Chen displayed his latest medical scans on the view screen. "His cellular energy continues to deplete," Dr. Chen explained, pointing to the diminishing patterns. "If these transfers continue, he could suffer permanent neurological damage." Commander Rena, a woman whose steel-gray hair matched her demeanor, turned her sharp gaze to Kai. "Explain yourself, Specialist Nakamura. Why continue these sessions when they're clearly harming you?" Kai struggled to find words that wouldn't sound irrational. "The Lumina visitor, Aya, she's experiencing a profound transformation. The energy transfer has awakened emotional centers her species engineered out centuries ago." He paused. "It's scientifically unprecedented." "And worth risking your life for?" Commander Rena asked, her voice cutting. Before Kai could respond, the office door opened and Cooper hurried in, looking apologetic. "I'm sorry to interrupt, Commander, but—" He glanced at Kai. "Aya collapsed near the science sector. She's asking for you." Kai moved toward the door, but Commander Rena's voice stopped him. "You're confined to medical observation, Specialist Nakamura. That's an order." In Medical Bay, Kai lay connected to monitoring equipment, watching his own life signs with detached interest. His thoughts kept returning to Aya, wondering where she was, if she was suffering. Through some inexplicable awareness, he could sense her presence on the station, a cool shimmer at the edges of his consciousness. "Your readings are stabilizing," Dr. Chen noted, checking her monitors, "though your energy levels remain dangerously low." She lowered her voice. "The Lumina representative is demanding to see you. She's in isolation 2 decks below." "I can feel her," Kai admitted, "even without seeing her. It's like she's calling to me." Dr. Chen's expression shifted from professional concern to scientific curiosity. "The bioenergetic bond has created a psychic connection," she theorized. "Fascinating, but concerning. Her need appears to be addictive, drawing your energy even at a distance." The doors slid open, and Cooper entered carrying research equipment. "I've been analyzing the energy patterns from your previous transfers," he said, setting up a portable scanner. "There's something unusual about the wavelength harmonic." Unauthorized research, Dr. Chen said, though she made no move to stop him. Cooper activated his scanner. I have a theory. Your energy isn't just transferring to Aya, it's transforming her, and in turn, she's changing you. There's a feedback loop forming, but it's incomplete. He looked up. That's why you're weakening while she strengthens. Your energy flows out, but nothing flows back. How do we fix it? Kai asked. I don't know yet, Cooper admitted, but forcing you apart seems to be making it worse. According to these readings, you're still connected, bioenergetically, despite the physical separation. A soft alarm sounded on Dr. Chen's medical tablet. Her condition is deteriorating, she said, reviewing the incoming data. Her body is rejecting the emotional awakening, trying to revert to its original state. Kai sat up, tearing sensors from his skin. I need to see her. Commander Rena's orders, Dr. Chen began, could get Aya killed. Please. Dr. Chen studied him for a long moment, then nodded. 10 minutes. That's all I can give you. Cooper, help me disable the monitoring for this section. Minutes later, Kai entered Aya's isolation room. Her purple skin had faded to a dull lavender. Her silver eyes stared unseeing at the ceiling. Her white hair lay limp around her face. But the moment he took her hand, awareness flooded back into her expression. A pulse of light spread from their joined hands up her arm, illuminating her from within. Kai, she whispered his name like a lifeline. They tried to recalibrate me, to purge what they call the contamination. But I fought. It feels too important, too real. Kai sat on the edge of her bed, feeling energy flowing from him to her. The familiar dizziness returned, but he didn't pull away. Cooper thinks there's a way to balance the connection, so it doesn't drain me. Aya's free hand reached up to touch his face. A cool whisper of her consciousness brushed against his mind, fuller than before, more defined. I never meant to harm you, she said. My people taught that emotions are dangerous, chaotic, but what I feel for you is neither. It's structured, pure, like the perfect alignment of stars. Something shifted between them as she spoke. The energy that had been flowing one way seemed to hesitate, to change direction. For a moment, Kai felt a cool, refreshing sensation flowing back into him. Her energy, different from his, but compatible. Did you feel that? He asked, excitement cutting through his fatigue. Aya nodded, her eyes widening. A reciprocal transfer. She sat up, strength returning to her movements. But how? Emotional resonance, coming Cooper's voice from the doorway. The transfer stabilizes when your emotional states align. He approached with his scanner. Keep doing whatever you were just doing. Kai leaned his forehead against Aya's, their breath synchronizing. Their hands remained joined as a visible current of silver-blue energy flowed between them, no longer just from him to her, but in a continuous circuit. I think, Aya whispered, her silver eyes reflecting his image, I think this is what humans call... The door slid open with force. Commander Rena entered, flanked by security officers. Separate them, now! As they were pulled apart, the energy between them snapped like a physical thing. Kai collapsed to his knees as Aya cried out in pain. You don't understand, Cooper protested, showing Commander Rena his readings. They were stabilizing. The connection was balancing. But Commander Rena's expression remained unmoved. The Lumina diplomatic vessel has arrived. They're demanding the return of their citizen and an explanation for what you've done to her, Specialist Nakamura.
Synchronized storms. The Lumina diplomatic vessel loomed above space station horizon like a gleaming silver needle. Ambassador Thax, tall and imperious with the same purple skin as Aya, but devoid of any warmth, stood in the conference room, his silver eyes scanning the assembled station leadership. This unauthorized experimentation on a Lumina citizen violates 17 interspecies protocols, he stated, his voice mechanical and precise. The female Aya
must be returned for purification. Sarah, the station's diplomatic liaison, leaned forward. Ambassador, with all respect, Aya has requested asylum. She doesn't wish to return. Her wishes are irrelevant, Thax replied. She is malfunctioning, contaminated by human emotional patterns. Kai, who had been granted permission to attend the meeting, struggled to maintain composure. Despite being physically separated from Aya for 12 hours, he could feel her presence several decks below. Her distress pulsed through their connection like a distant storm. It's not contamination, Kai argued. It's evolution, a rediscovery of aspects your species engineered away. Thax's silver eyes fixed on him. You misunderstand our progress, human. We eliminated emotional responses because they are inefficient, destructive. Your attachment demonstrates why your species remains primitive. Dr. Chen cleared her throat. Our scans show that forced separation is causing cellular degradation in both Specialist Nakamura and Aya. Their energy signatures have become entangled. This will be verified, Thax said. If true, both subjects will be transported to Lumina space for study and separation. That night, as alarms blared throughout the station, Kai found Aya waiting in his quarters. Her purple skin glowed faintly in the darkness as she stepped into his arms. Cooper helped me, she whispered. We don't have much time. Their bodies met in desperate embrace. The moment their skin touched, visible currents of energy sparked between them, illuminating the room. Kai felt her consciousness merge with his, their thoughts intertwining. They'll separate us, he said, holding her close. Not if we complete the bond, Aya replied, pressing her forehead to his. Cooper discovered something. The resonance can become permanent. As their lips met, the energy between them intensified, creating a storm of light that engulfed them both. Neither noticed the security alert or the approaching footsteps. Beyond this moment, there was only their connection, deep and irreversible.